Okay, this is a video record after about 6 weeks of performing the basic Wim Hof breathing rounds, along with some somewhat ice cold water baths, ice showers on a daily basis, and further research into the world of breathing as a form of an exercise or whatever you want to call it. What happened is I've I've discovered, it's probably not reinventing the wheel, but at least for myself, it's new. At the end of a breath, I'm going to give that a name. So inhale is the beginning, exhale is the end. And at the end of the breath, I'm sure most of you who have ever explored breathing have been able to feel and do this where you continue to exhale either through your mouth or through your nose until there's what feels like no air left at all. And even then, you can squeeze out a little bit more. So, if we were to give this breath a cycle, there would be a beginning where you inhale to fill up your lungs, and then an exhale to release the air that has been processed. So that's the end of the breath. The beginning is the inhale, and the end is the exhale. And now that exhale has a beginning and an end. You exhale until there is no breath or air left that you can feel. That takes some conscious effort, because if not, you will inhale before that last amount of noticeable air is in your lungs. But if you consciously continue to exhale out, you can get out a little bit more. So I'm going to give that a name. So we have beginning where you breathe in, the end where you exhale, and at the end of the exhale, I will refer to that as the base. So for lack of a better term that I could come up with, I'm going to call that the base, like basement of your breath. So this is what I have individually discovered, although there may be experts that say it's common knowledge amongst the breath world that this is done. But for me personally, it's brand new. It's not a round. It's not a sit-down session. And I picked it up from when I heard Wim Hof in one interview, I think it was on London Real, wherein Wim Hof said that I'm also doing conscious breathing. So that started me down this path of being aware of my breath just as an awareness. And so during that awareness, I would play with my breath and do this exhale. It's really relaxed. Your jaw in the temple is relaxed. And you can either exhale through your mouth or through your nose. And in the end, you don't really see conscious effort. It's just right there. It feels like there's nothing left. Even though I can talk, my body says there's not much left. So here is what I discovered in using my mind's eye to just observe my breathing and then start seeing more about the details of the breath. I found that when you reach the base or the basement of that breath, hang out for a little while. When I say a little while, I mean maybe 1 to 5 seconds. Hang out. And then inhale and take it back down to the base again and hang out. What I find is I become conscious that when I'm not doing that, I'm somewhat tense in my lungs throughout the breathing. And when I consciously recall this concept of hanging out in the base, I can instantly feel my upper torso, give it a relaxation that was not noticeable until I consciously decided to look at the base and feel the base. So, what the base does is it's a form of instant mental grounding. It's in a way similar to a Wim Hof round where when you're sitting at the base, even for 10 breaths, it's hard to be in a stress or a sympathetic mode. It feels like you're tickling or stepping into the parasympathetic mode. Anyways, there's more to come. I just wanted to capture this on video. It's not enough to write it in a journal. It just can't really capture what I'm saying. And also, I want to capture it now that I'm somewhat aware of the entire process. Anyways, thank you, Mr. Wim Hof. Great discovery. You have followers in every corner of this earth. Although I do have some things to say about it in the future, and I will reserve that for my next post.